Welcome to our Tuesday evening mind healing service. This evening is special. This is the evening when we devote to meditation and prayer. So please join me in this opening affirmative prayer. And I am Reverend Anne Shand, and I'll take you through the motions of a truly wonderful, comforting, and enlightening evening. Together, we acknowledge the only power and presence as God, living Spirit Almighty. Right where we are, each and every person open now to that urge of spirit to know and indeed to understand that we are one with God. Excuse me. One with that all-knowing power. That power that overshadows us this evening. That power that is even now streaming forth through our conscious awareness. And I know that we are filled with its presence, and know that every good thing is provided for each and every one of us. So this evening, as we allow our consciousness to be united under the theme that there's only peace and there is only harmony, we just allow those words to flow through our conscious awareness, blessing each and every heart on this plane of existence, and very especially our island, Jamaica. So we just let go now and just let God. I know these words are already accepted by that perfect law and is even now manifesting as a sense of calm and a sense of peace within each one of us. This is our truth, and I give thanks that this is so, and so it is. On Monday, Reverend Michelle Senegal, our senior pastor, shared a section of the Science of Mind textbook, pages 565 to 566. It says, and I'm going to share some excerpts before we go into the silence. It says that when a man believes, faith is operated by some principle, which is a government of law and order, and which within itself has the power to execute itself. So when we believe, that faith is operated upon by the government of law and order, within itself has the power to execute whatever is placed in that law, that thought, that idea. Dr. Holmes goes on to say that prayer is not to ask God to be God. There is a supreme intelligence in the universe. It has surrendered itself to us, but we have not yet fully surrendered ourselves to it. We do not pray the principle of peace to desist from confusion, but we seek that peace, that it shall enter into our confused souls. Therefore, prayer or meditation is for the purpose of becoming receptive to the divine influx, which already owns everything, knows everything, governs all things, and creates what we need. But we must permit it to. I repeat that part. It says it already owns everything, knows everything, governs all things, and creates what we need. So just for a moment, before we go into that silence, that peace and harmony that we know intrinsically is our natural state of being. Once we are immersed in it, our environment must reflect that peace and harmony. And that includes weather conditions. That's one. But to understand with our faith, that faith is operated by a principle, and it is under the government of law and order. Order must prevail in our affairs before we ask. It is already given. So as we go within, we visualize for ourselves. What is it? What is it that I would manifest for myself right now? Because all the power of the universe says yes. So let us go within, secret space in our hearts, where there can only be peace and harmony. I am that which thou art. I know that I am that rings forth through our souls is now revealed as that which allows us to experience Spirit's highest ideal of our life's unfoldment. I am peace. I am harmony. I am at the center of every experience. I am. As we allow the I am that I am to ring forth, we open our hearts to its divine influx, knowing, believing all is peaceful surrounds me now. All that allows me to experience harmony flows ceaselessly in my world of affairs. I am rules supreme. I live under its government of law and order. The law now receives every imprint of that which allows us to experience peace, wholeness, and harmony. And together, we give thanks. We give thanks for this truth that allows us to experience the best at all times. I know that this is so, and so it is. Gently open the eyes, bringing your conscious awareness back to your physical surroundings. And know that peace and harmony is fully established in our world of affairs. At this point, does anyone have, you can unmute yourselves. Does anyone have anything to share before we go into the prayer requests? I have 2 so far. Anyone would like to share? Okay, we'll go straight into our prayer requests. Vance or Sandra is my assistant this evening. Can you see any requests there?
Nothing in Zoom. And I haven't logged into YouTube.
Nothing on YouTube yet.
Okay. I have one prayer request that came by phone. It's that our island is fully covered and there is no incident that will allow us to spell the word disaster, because this young woman was reading all kind of stuff and she felt confused. She thought,
Okay.
she's down in Manchester actually. So I don't know what she's hearing. So
Yeah, let me throw one in there.
mhm.
Affirm peace for Kevin for me.
Peace for Kevin.
Yes, the darkness of his life, his space, or the apparent darkness, not knowing, not seeing, not is really sort of taking him off center.
And for Patrice, that same peace that will allow her to conduct her business, knowing that whatever weather patterns are there, she's still okay.
That's what my Patrice.
Oh, my Patrice from Mandeville.
Okay, my Patrice to then. Throw my Patrice into the mix.
And may I say,
That's my older sister.
okay. And may I say, for peace and reassurance for the little children, because they tell me that they're for little children, for youngsters who don't understand what all this is about, and I was told I'm scared. So I tried to do. I'm sure a lot of little children are not knowing quite what all this is about because they're hearing all these things.
Mhm.
Let me add, Reverend Ann, Dawn has asked for
Health and love, that came up, yes, I just said.
no, and before that, for light and illumination.
And for light and illumination for Dawn?
Yeah, correct.
All right, we'll start with peace. Patrice, Kevin, and for our youngsters, a deeper understanding of our geography, and indeed our omniscience and omnipresence of God. We'll start off with peace. Breathe in with me. That breath that is equally present everywhere. Indeed, it is God. Where God is, there can only be peace, there can only be harmony, there can only be a deeper understanding. To know at all times that omnipresence provides every good thing for each and every one of us. Security, safety, clarity, and to know that deep within our hearts, where we reveal that oneness with all that is, every idea that is necessary for us to experience a sense of calm flows into the awareness of Patrice, Kevin, and all youngsters who wonder at this time about our prevailing weather conditions. We know for each and every one, as that knowledge that indeed the allness of God surrounds each one of us, that allness that comes with a deep certainty and assurance that all is well wherever we find ourselves, is indeed the awareness of every Jamaican now. That certainty deep within our hearts that allows us to know that everything that is provided for secure households, for persons to know that whatever is necessary for them to allow them to live in a dwelling that is firm as we experience gentle weather patterns this day and all days to come, because God is at the center of all nature. We know that nature is indeed under that supreme law of order. So no matter what the conditions are, order must prevail. So as we let this sense of fear and separateness to just go back to the nothingness from whence it came, we know that this blanket of peace covers our island now. Knowing that in the wind, the rain, there is just God providing for this country what it needs in terms of natural minerals, whatever it is for our plants to grow and for us to know that we are safe in those everlasting arms. So only good for all concerned must be revealed. as we focus on just God. I am peace. I am harmony. I am God. I am the light within that peace of mind that allows me to move forward, knowing that there is always an arm, there is always support. I know for Kevin, he moves around in his world with that light of God's presence, because that is this truth. No matter what his physical eyes are, his light now shines forth to allow him that flexibility to move around in his world of thought and his physical surroundings. God is. We celebrate that truth. There's nothing else but the omnipotence and the omniscience and the omnipresence of God. We believe that. And our faith, that law of faith, now secures for each and every one of us that which allows us that certainty and conviction that indeed we dwell under the government of order and peace and harmony. I give thanks that this is so, and so it is.
So it is.
And our next affirmative prayer is one of light and illumination for dawn.
Yeah, okay, that what you have done for a peace also embraces the elderly. Jennifer requested peace for the elderly, and that came after you started.
All right. I still do peace for the elderly.
And
It's
prayer of joy for Arlene Hilton.
And a prayer of joy for Arlene.
Mhm.
Oh Lord, joy. Joyful. And the elderly. Peace, peace. God is light. In that celestial light, we live, move, and have our being. I know that that light is a light that is even now moving through the conscious awareness of a deep understanding of self through dawn. I know as that light just simply radiates through her conscious awareness, there is clarity, there is understanding. And with clarity and understanding and knowingness, that whatever, in fact, that light is for each one of us. Whatever we need to know comes to us because we are open and receptive to that deep influx of knowledge. Every idea that allows illumination in our world of affairs. So we know what we need to know when we need to know it. And whatever we need to do, we have the idea to accomplish every good thing in our life and affairs. And with that light of clarity, our vision for ourselves enlarges to encompass everything that is beautiful and constructive. I know it for Dawn, I know it for each and every person that is open and receptive to the vision of who we are as children of the Most High God. So as we continue to let that clarity and understanding attract into our world whatever we need to know, I know that we move forward on our pathway, sure that our feet are founded on principles of harmony, self-actualization, and indeed, wherever we are a light unto our world So we do give thanks. We give thanks for this light that is intrinsically within each one of us and even now radiating to attract into our worlds that which blesses us, that which allows us to succeed. I give thanks that this is so, and so it is. I have
So
to,
it is.
I have to remember to sit back as Vance keep reminding me. Okay, our next affirmative prayer is for health for Dawn and for all who are now open and receptive
Mhm.
to wholeness and perfection. There's one life. That life is God life. And that life is indeed our life now. I know for Dawn, indeed, as that perfect expression of the health of God. I know for her that her body temple mirrors that perfect blueprint that is held in the mind of God. That blueprint that allows her to experience wholeness and perfection at every level of our conscious awareness. I know that every idea that is necessary for Dawn to experience this perfection, she is led. She is led to that ideal. And with that ideal, all the resources that are necessary for its full and complete manifestation in our life and affairs comes to her easily, effortlessly, and joyously. God is the health of Dawn. And every person that is open and receptive now to that truth. I know for her that the order is completely established now in her body temple. Every cell, every tissue, organ, and function work together harmoniously. And she is indeed the epitome of perfect health and wholeness. This is her truth. As for each one of us, as we truly reflect and radiate, that indeed we are healthy, whole, and complete. I give thanks that the Lord now receives these words and manifests them perfectly. This is the truth. I know that it is so, and so it is.
So it is.
An affirmative treatment for joy for Arlene. That is joy. That joy that rings out from our hearts, that sings through our souls. That joy, which is the strength of the Lord and the presence of God in us as us. Each one of us, and very especially now, and I think of Arlene, she's a joy to God. Joy, joy, joy. Because with joy, there is love. So I know that Arlene is now open and receptive to that symphony of joy that rings throughout her conscious awareness, awakening every cell and tissue of our body temple. The joy of being. That joy of being, knowing that she's one with all that God is, that supreme almighty power that governs her life and affairs. The joy of our associations, our family, and our friends flow to her, is attracted to her. And indeed, joy is the truth of Arlene. She's immersed in joy. I know for Arlene, as she continues to just let go and just let God, joy fulfills its mission in, through, as her purpose. This is the truth about Arlene as I release my word to law and know that it is so, and so it is.
Mhm.
And this one for Jennifer now, the peace of for the elderly at this time. Here's one infinite power and presence that reigns supreme in this earth plane and beyond. Every being is created from its power, its presence, and is imbued with all its attributes. So I know for our silver-haired citizens of this country, that presence and power is even now surrounding each one. Every idea that allows them to experience a sense of agency, security, flows easily and effortlessly. Indeed, for each one, filled with the experience that blesses their families, their friends, I know that each one is truly a representative of that perfect mind of God. So I know that there is nothing to fear. That sense of separateness is indeed dissolved into the nothingness from whence it came. So we can declare for each member of our silver-haired citizens, peace be. And there is only God to experience. So I know that all the persons who surround them and what is attracted in their world of affairs, there's a sense of certainty and conviction and assurance. All is indeed well.
Mhm.
So we do give thanks. We give thanks now for that presence that is even moving through us together, allowing this peace to flow through the ethers of our island Jamaica, settling on every life, settling in each heart. I know it is God and only God, and I'm giving thanks, giving thanks. This word goes out and cannot return to me void, but must manifest whereunto it's sent. Peace is now established in the hearts and minds of our youngsters and our silver-haired citizens and all those who fit in between. Just God, nothing else but God. This is the truth. I know that it is so, and so it is.
It is.
So it is.
And our last treatment is love. Love for Dawn. All who are open and receptive to that love. Oh, yes. That supreme divine love, out of which all things emanate. That eternal love that is indeed flowing through each one of us now, making us one, reminding us that we are indeed one. So that love of God that just simply now flows in through as us, unites us, flowing from this group into our island Jamaica. This divine love that is even now securing for each and every one of us whatever is necessary for us to experience that sense of oneness and wholeness. That love that knows nothing but itself. That love that thrives in diversity. That love that simply now just bless. Bless this entire island, flowing out to our Caribbean sisters and brothers. Those in Central America, Latin America, wherever. We know that the gentle weather patterns are indeed allowing us to experience the love of God at this time. I know for Dawn, That love attracts into our world all that is necessary for Spirit's highest expression of our being. All our relationships reflect this love. So I know that as Dawn continues to walk on her path in this journey, love and only love flows into our hearts, into her heart, and to all the hearts that are attracted to her. God is indeed love. That sweet love that surrounds, indwells, and indeed makes our word work for everyone. I give thanks that this is so, and so it is.
So joyful it is. Mm.
I think, is there any other treatment? Anybody seeing anywhere?
No, nothing in Zoom.
Okay. You want us to you have the reminders up that we can,
Yes,
or,
let me,
or I'm excited for Sunday, and I'm excited for 43rd. All right, we'll start.
A late prayer request, Reverend, from Yvonne.
so stop, let me
for
stop this
health-
for a while then.
Yes,
for
ma'am.
health and wholeness of mind and spirit for Eugenia.
Eugenia, health and wholeness of mind.
Mhm.
Okay. We go within and we honor this God presence in our hearts. We know for Eugenia, indeed, as a perfect expression of that which is whole and perfect. I know that that is truly the health of Eugenia. That health that allows every aspect of our being to reveal its completeness in God. I know that every cell, organ, and tissue reveals that wholeness, that perfection that is indeed. I know that whatever is necessary for her to have this highest expression of health and wholeness in mind and body, comes to her. The doors, the channels are opened for her to experience optimum alertness, clarity, understanding, knowing that every cell and tissue is surrounded and indeed is repaired and renewed by that perfect spirit that created her out of itself. This is her truth. So I can declare for Eugenia, this life, which is God life, is her life now. She is truly the epitome, the expression of that which is alert, that which is whole, that which is complete. This is her truth. I know that it is so, and so it is.
So it is. Okay. All right, let me share now. Okay.
Yes, our in-house attorneys are back on Saturday, July 20th.
Or will be back.
They will be back, right?
Yes, we are on
It's
a break.
with our Kingston residents. And it is part of our community service outreach. So spread the word to anyone you know who would like some clarification on any legal issues Well, I mean, this is the time of our lives to put our life in order. And we have attorneys here giving of their service to help us. So please spread the word to others so that they can come to the temple on the 20th to avail themselves of the answers that is required. When you know, it's a great thing to know that you know. So please spread it amongst your friends, because there are people who don't know. And we have persons who are willing to offer their time to give us this kind of service. Classes are still, we have 2 classes on Thursdays. We have at 11:30 in the mornings, Thursday morning, at the temple. Reverend Michelle is going, I think this is what, second? Second to last, right? Week of
The
her
third
book.
week.
Am I right?
Third week, second to last.
Sorry about
Yes,
that.
Rev, you're right. Third week, second to last.
Empowerment dynamic. Friends, even if it's one class, you come and listen, because there are aspects there that about ourselves that we need to look at to understand how we operate and how we intend to operate if we are going to create a world that, you know, records and reveals the success and the achievements that we want. So that is Thursday mornings at 11:30 with Reverend Michelle at the Temple of Light. Thursday evenings now we have online classes starting at 7 p.m. with Reverend Sonia and practitioner Steve and Vance. The book, Consciousness and the Creative Process. It's a set of classes that one should not miss. It's the foundation for Science of Mind teaching. You come to those classes. I'm sure that Steve and Vance will help you to understand and get over what you have missed. But please, Thursday evenings at 7, and the link is available. So please get in touch with the office and we can help you out. But you can register at classes.org, right? CSL.org, Temple of Light, CSL.org. And our exciting event for this half year is our 43rd anniversary celebration, Sunday, June 7th at 9 p.m. 9 a.m., sorry. Reverend John would ask me. 9 a.m. Our special guest speaker is Reverend John Scott, and Reverend Michelle will be on the platform with him as well. This is the time that we get a chance to share with the Missioners of the Poor and National Children's Home and YWCA. Some gifts have come in, and Friday and I think early Saturday, please bring in whatever you have so that we can, you know, make sure that these organizations have supplies that I'm sure they're going to need during this coming week. So Sunday, July 7th, a very special event for the Temple of Light, and it's also Potluck Sunday. So for those master chefs that we know, please bring your special dish to share with us all and your friends as well. So
Reverend Anderson, the potluck, you know, I'm kind of wanting, and we're talking to the converted, those of us who are here, but I just am seeing a vision. I have a vision of our platform full to overflowing. We have to put stuff on the ground around the platform because we have enough space. We have stuff up on where the piano is because stuff is just coming in abundance. We do not want Miss Beryl to distract us from that wonderful sense of giving. You know, well, Price Match shut out a lot of people these last couple of days. But to just whatever, go into your cupboard, whatever you can find that you don't, that Beryl never use up. And make sure that we have an overflow of abundance for our sharing with the communities of YWCA, Missionaries of the Poor, and the Jamaica National Children's Home.
Children's home. It's stuff for children, snacks and stuff like that. Even, I mean, if you have coloring books, put it too, because they really need stuff like that. Right?
It's still.
And wow, our fun day when our congregation come together as family to enjoy the beach and the Frenchman's Cove and the tour of Trident Castle. At that price, friends, you can beat that. That price of $8,700 per person, it includes transportation, lunch, and entrance fee to both Trident Castle and Frenchman's Cove. Well, I know that most of the seats are gone. I don't know. We are in a praying mood, so if you want to go, start praying. But the funds are to come in by this Sunday. So please, yeah, this Sunday of the anniversary, 7th.
Yes.
Right. So bring
Final
in your
date for
funds.
payment.
Final date for payment. And if you haven't bought your bathing suit, this is a week to think about it, and then go and buy it for next week, because the Family Fun Day is on Saturday, July 13th, and we will be leaving the temple at what, Mrs. Livingston, 8 p.m.?
8
8
a.m.
a.m. 8
Yes,
a.m. on the
promptly
dot.
at 8 a.m.
Right. So those last minute people who love to call ahead, say, please wait for me. Not this time. So please go. And next Tuesday, our practitioner Jennifer Livingston will be with you, so you can look forward to another insightful Tuesday evening spiritual mind healing service. And if you feel moved to support our ministry, friends, we give thanks for all your generosity and for helping us to be a beacon of light. Please, you can donate at donate.templeoflightcsl.org. Once you go on that site, it shows you all the avenues which you can donate through. All our banking details are there. So, thank you. Thank you for your generosity. And before you even touch that donate button, let us all bless our love offering. Lovingly I give, joyfully I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase, and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of my financial affairs. Thank you, Father. And so it is. The prayer of our center together. The Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living is a sacred field embodying our spiritual community, from which the Christ, peace, love, and joy emanate to touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, and to liberate anyone who comes into contact with it in any way. The light of the Christ illumines us, our center, and our environment. Our spiritual community is filled with and surrounded by the presence of God and is growing from strength to strength. The power of God expands our consciousness of truth, guiding us ceaselessly along the paths of wisdom, spiritual growth, unfoldment, and attainment. We are blessed, and to God be the honor and glory forever. And so it is. And the prayer for Jamaica. At this time, as we say this prayer, just see that blanket of peace and harmony enfolding our entire. The radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island, Jamaica. The glowing intensity of the light of God's love now interpenetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women the truths of life. steadfast. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established, and so it is. Friends, it was good for us to be here. And I know this collective consciousness that supports love and harmony, health, wholeness, perfection, prosperity is indeed the presence and power of God in through as each one of us of this community. We give thanks that we have a community that of like-minded persons who understand God alone is the only power and presence in this universe. So thank you for sharing with us this evening. Please join me in this closing affirmative prayer. And thank you, Sandra and Vance.
You're welcome, dear Anne.
Truly, God is truly the love of our hearts. I know for each one of us right now, as that love just simply abounds now in through as us. Because in it we live, move, and have our very being. This love of this presence that created us out of itself. We experience its strength. We experience its faith. We experience its wisdom. We experience its power. We experience its order, its will, its understanding, its enthusiasm, its life, and the ability to release that which does not serve anyone else. Those attributes now that allow us to be powerful beyond measure. So we go about our business, our separate destinations this evening with hearts filled with peace, knowing that as we radiate this peace, this island must stand for peace. And harmony and order must prevail. God is at the center of every weather pattern, because weather pattern is part of the geography of this country. So we just give thanks. We give thanks that we are able to stand and declare, peace be still. So I'm giving thanks for this community. I'm giving thanks for every single member. And know that as we continue to shine our lights wherever we are, we achieve and succeed at being the standard bearers for light, the love, and the wisdom of the Almighty. This is our truth as I release my word to law and know that it is so, and so it is.
So it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Anne.